Welcome to the American Income Podcast. My name is Adam Ali, the host of American Income, and today we have a very special guest. What's your name and what do you do?
Yeah, my name is Ryan Herrera. I'm a real estate developer, crazy enough. Yeah.
And Herrera, where's that from? What nationality are you?
I'm Filipino. actually.
Filipino? Wow. And then how long you been a real estate developer for?
Dude, I've been in the game for 2 years.
Oh,
it's
only
been-
2 years?
It's only been 2 years. Yeah.
Beautiful. And what did you do before this?
So before that, I was actually wholesaling
Okay.
real estate. I was in the game of real estate for 4 years. And dude, it was a grind, but I saw the big money
Yeah.
and it was development. And so I transitioned to development shortly thereafter.
Yeah. You feel like people who wholesale, they just they're scraping crumbs off the table.
Dude, don't wholesale, dude. I mean, look, if you need to get your foot in the door and kind of learn about the game, for sure.
Yeah.
But you can get into real estate development the same way you're doing wholesaling.
Yeah.
Instead of taking a fee, you can take ownership in the deal. So, anyways, we can get into that. But if you want to wholesale and flip,
Yeah.
you got to be okay with making 10, 30, 40, maybe 50 per deal. In development, just add a zero and you're good.
So from crumbs to the actual bread slice.
Dude, you got to get the bread.
Yeah.
dude. That's
Now,
why they say cold bread.
how much in real estate development have you developed so far?
Yeah, so right now I own $8 million worth of multifamily real estate. So I develop multifamily, and currently I've got 12.2 on the go as we speak.
In active builds.
Active builds. Yeah.
Wow. And what led you into specifically real estate development? Why did you choose this route? When did you build your first house? Tell us your whole story.
Yeah, for sure. So, like I said, well, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll back all the way up. So, grew up in Cebu, Philippines. A lot of you guys probably have no idea where that is, but if you do, it's beautiful. Came to North America when I was 16 years old, and right away I knew I was unemployable. My first job, I was a soccer referee because I love soccer. I know you love soccer. I love soccer, and so I got paid to ref some games.
Yeah.
And dude, I was horrible. I was the worst referee. I would call an offside even though if it wasn't an offside, and I was really bad. And then worked at McDonald's,
Yeah.
and then worked as a dishwasher
Okay.
when I was 16.
Uh-huh.
Right away, got fired from all of them, and I knew I was not hireable. So I right away got into my first ever business was a painting business. So I was painting. So I would knock on doors from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. Knock on doors, about 150 doors every day, every night, and I'd pitch, "Hey, can I paint your house? I'll give you a free estimate to paint your house." So yeah, from there, did really great work. My clients started saying, "Hey, why don't you renovate my flooring, do my HVAC, do my electrical?" So I said yes, and from there I learned that it's just an ascension game. You keep going up and up, and from there I got into real estate. So from painter to contractor,
Yeah.
and then real estate.
Wow. Now, what's it like growing up in the Philippines? You were there till you were 16. Like,
Yeah.
and give us an honest experience. Like, how was it growing up there?
Dude, it's great if you got money, for sure. It's
Okay.
you live like a king if you bring in 3 to 5K a month US. I think you'll be fine. But
Yeah.
if you're from there, you're not making much.
Yeah.
So.
Now, knowing from the things you saw over there, which I'm sure you saw a lot of things, are you more motivated to kind of like make more money here? Like,
Absolutely, and that's why I came here on a mission
Yeah.
to ensure that I, first off, retire my parents, but also make enough generational wealth where I'm not reliant on a 9 to 5 because I just wasn't employable. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but
Yeah. And where are you building your houses at currently? Where at exactly?
yeah. So in Alberta,
Okay.
Canada,
Okay.
actually, and we're here in Miami. I'm looking at some places here. I'm specifically looking in Coral Gables,
Okay.
Treasure Island, these kind of areas. And dude, you guys got some treasure over here.
Yeah.
for sure.
Expensive treasure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about some of the builds you have currently. What type of builds are they? What type of units? How are they zoned? How much are they cost? Or give us a deal that you're currently building right now.
So I'm 29. I got 20 mil in real estate developments in under 2 years.
Wow.
Using none of my own money. Okay, zero money. And so the most important part, like we could talk about the zoning, dude, that's boring. Okay, what's actually important is how was I able to have zero experience, no uncle, no auntie with money, no cousin that would give me 200K, no experience, but I was able to do my first one. Well, actually, the problem, most people think, the lie that they tell you is that you need money to get into development.
It's it sounds very expensive.
It sounds expensive.
Yeah.
But the real lie is actually you don't have the ability to gain trust from others to give you capital to do your first development. Now, the thing here is a lot of people come to me and they say, "Hey, I have an uncle ready for me to do a deal." Well, I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss a lot of people off is that your uncle or whoever you think is gonna give you the money, they're not gonna give you the money. They're just gonna say they will because you don't have the experience. Now, Ryan, how am I gonna do this if I've never done it before? Well, actually, that plays into your favor. That's actually a benefit because if you've never done something before, you will give your entire effort into it. You will give them the lion's share of the profit when it comes to the profit split. I give my investor 60% on my first deal. I only take 40, right? But they put in the money, I put in nothing. I give sweat equity. And so when you frame it that way, yes, Mr. Investor, I've never done it before. But guess what? That's why you should invest with me, is because I will do everything it takes to make sure that this is successful.
Yeah.
You are satisfied, and you're coming back to me and doing more deals. So we could talk about the zoning and everything, but really, another thing is you need an abundance of investors coming to you instead of you going to them.
Yeah.
So now here's the thing, is like I mentioned with a couple people say, "Hey, Ryan, I have an uncle with 300K. They want to give me money." The issue is you only have one person. That's the problem. So I was able to find a way through ads online, run video ads to create massive amounts of trust on autopilot with abundance daily from these investors, accredited investors only, coming to me. And so I wake up, I have 10 to 15 messages a day.
Okay.
People want to partner with me.
Yeah.
And so again, in terms of you got to know the zoning, you got to know how to do all
But
these
how good are the deals that you're getting, right? So let's
Yep.
say break down $1 million property or $1 million build or $2.5 million build.
Yep.
How much investors' money do you need to get that? How much you have to
100%.
raise? What percentages are you giving them?
Yeah.
And how do you build that trust with them long term
Sure.
so that they keep coming back to you?
Sure. Your first deal, lenders are going to want 20 to maybe even 35% down payment from you. Let's say we use a $2 million deal, okay? 2 million times 20. You need 400K,
400X, yep.
okay? 400 to 450.
Yeah.
All right? Uncle, auntie, whoever you're going to get it from. I use ads. I use strangers' money.
Yeah.
And I, manufacture trust on autopilot using ads. It's 2026. There's AI. There's social media. You got to use them. Now, that's your first deal. Once you've built a reputation, lenders will give you up to 95% of the deal. 95% of 2 million. So instead of needing to come up with, and sometimes 10%, of course there's carry costs. So the more you put in, the better. Let's just use 200K off a $2 million deal. You need to put up, once you've done at least, most lenders want to see 6 projects within the past 36 months.
Okay.
Now, if you've never done it, you can partner with a builder. Hey, builder, I'm going to bring the 10% down from an investor. Well, either you give them a fixed price contract or you give them a part of your profit from that. So that's how it works. The land, 20% of your exit price. That's how you should enter with the land. So if it's a $2 million build, 20%, 400K is what you should be paying around for the land. It could go up and down based on the location. That's like napkin math for you.
Now, for the investor, is it easier to get money from an investor like your uncle or go to a lender for your first deal because you have to come out of pocket more when you go to the lender, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. So this is where I come back with, you could get it from your uncle or you could run ads. Run ads and never lie on the ad. Say, hey, I'm in this market. Say you're in Jacksonville. I am native to this market. I've lived here my whole life. I am looking for partners who will jump in me. And again, we could go into the details of how that works. But it's essentially, you need to find a way where investors are coming to you instead of you going to them. The dynamic is very different if you're begging someone for money versus them saying, hey, I love what you're doing. Let's talk.
Now, what if in the case where you go on social media,
Yeah.
or you ask your family and friends to help you out and build a house? They have the money to help you build your first house,
Yeah.
but I know nothing about building houses.
Yeah.
I know zero. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go. I don't know. Like, I have a hammer and a nail. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What do they do next? Let's say they have someone with the money. What do they do next? Where do they find a deal? Go over everything.
And this is a special part because I have no idea what's the difference between a 2x4, a 2x6,
Yeah.
an OSB, and a sheathing. Like now I'm learning, but when I first started, all I knew was painting because I had a painting company. So if you know nothing, right? At the end of the day, what investors care about is can you hire the team that knows how to do it? Because you're gonna hire the GC to oversee it. But can you underwrite the deal? And that is the delta of skill and value you could bring to these investors. Can you underwrite the deal conservatively? Prove that the CMAs, the comparative market analysis, show that you can sell it at this price. This is my cost. This is my land. At the end of the day, that's what they look at. You've never done it before. You don't know what steps to start. Of course, you could talk to your builder and be like, hey, tell me how it works.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you bring the delta of underwriting the deal, bring it to your investors, that should be enough for them to start, considering you.
Yeah, so come with a game plan, but the first important part is obviously you have to find a piece of land, right? Somewhere good to build.
Yep.
And then how does someone find a good general contractor that knows and trusts what they're doing? Because can't you get burned by having a wrong general contractor?
What you want to do, okay? For example, for me, I just got to Miami. Yesterday, all I didn't even eat. I drove around. I asked AI, I'm like, where's the best locations right now that's being built, right? Drove around the area, took pictures.
Yeah.
Took pictures, sniped everyone's architect, builder, realtor, those three. Sniped them, boom, 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 boom. After the next day, you call them, you say, hey, I'm looking to get into the game development, right? I'm going to have investor money partnering with me. Let's talk, let's meet. I want to understand the game. Boom. Keep it simple. Because if you're on Google, okay, guys, if you're on your little computer, right? You don't go outside. General contractor in my area. Okay, great. You're going to find the 5 stars and everything. Guys, you got to go outside and see who's actually building right now. The people that I found, they're not on Google. They're hidden. And so that's the value you bring to your investors. The grunt work, go outside, drive around.
So you can literally drive around in your local area, find new development homes that are being built, take a picture of the sign or whatever's there, and then that's your new home building.
Dude. Let me show you. So this this is what I was doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone can see that. Taking pictures.
Yeah,
of
literally.
Everybody's sign.
It's not hard to find some builders by just driving around.
Dude, nobody thinks of driving around, taking pictures, and pitching them to partner on a deal because you are going to raise the capital. Like, right now, you think of everything that's saturated. Right?
Yeah.
So AI, okay, can you be the next ChatGPT? Well, probably not, because you're competing with some guy in India who won't sleep. He will work for 18 hours. Everybody's got a computer.
Yeah.
With development, if you want to get rich, the delta is nobody's going to go out there, drive, take pictures, and pitch the way I just said because it's not blowing up on social media. No one's talking about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, how important or how does someone find a good deal worth buying? Like the land or deal that they can go build on?
Yeah.
That's the most important part. How do they go about that?
Absolutely. Same exact method.
Okay.
When you drive around, you see these realtors signages. You call them and say, hey, I love the listing of your brand new house that they're listing. I'm looking to do that. You got any deals coming up?
Or any
any
like
tear
lots?
down? Yeah,
Okay.
any tear down houses? I just did that a couple hours before getting here.
Yeah.
I already have 2 deals off market, 800K, 15,000 square foot. The comps in the area, I think it's in, what was it? Somewhere in Coral,
Cables?
Pinecrest.
Okay.
Pinecrest and Palmetto Bay.
Okay.
And the comps are selling for around 3.5 mil. Okay, for smaller lots. So, anyways, that's how you find them.
Okay.
By talking to these.
Now,
realtors, yeah.
because essentially you're gonna get access to deals that are off market that no one else will have access to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know earlier we were talking about you have a $2.5 million build currently, correct?
2. Yeah, I got multiple. Yeah.
Now, break down that build, specifically the $2.5 million build.
'Kay.
How much investors' money did you have to raise?
For sure.
And how much money are you going to make on that deal, and how much is everyone going to get paid out?
Gotcha. Or maybe I could tell you about the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was 27. I had no money, no experience,
Yeah.
never done any development, no capital, and I needed an investor to give me money. This is what I said. I said, "Hey, investor, you saw my video. You know what I'm trying to do. I need 250,000 for this lot. It was 380 for this piece of lot. There's an old house. So 250, 380. So the percentage is pretty high. But remember, we're building. So you bring in the cost to build, which was 1.4. Okay, so 1.4 plus 400. So total cost around there is like 1.8. And so if we would just round up 2 mil, the total down payment that I brought in was 10%. 2 mil, 200K, right? When it was done, it was appraised 2.5 mil. Okay, so you bring in 10% to take down the land and the build cost combined together, right? And then from there, whatever the value is, so the total cost is actually 1.8. I rounded up, but 1.8, 2.5. 1.8 cost, 2.5 value. What I do is called a refinance takeout. So not a lot of people know this. Takeout financing. It means it's taking out the construction loan, because there's a construction loan on it when you build. When you're done, you could take out the construction loan with a term loan. So either Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac for the term loan.
Yeah.
Either 25-year amortization, 75% LTV. 75% of the new value is what they'll give you. If you work out the math, 75% of 2.5, you're taking out all your initial investment, pay back, Mr. Investor. You guys got a little spread there too. It's tax free because it's a refi, and then you keep the building. And you keep doing it over and over again. So that's what I've done, and that's how I was able to scale, because I'm pulling out all this capital. upfront
So
and
you're
refinance.
essentially refinancing the deals you currently already have and then
Yep.
buying more deals with that money.
You got it. Yeah.
Wow. And then what about the investor? Are you just paying them back with the refi, or how do you pay the investor back and make sure he's happy?
Absolutely. So if it's your first deal,
Yeah.
they want to stay. You got to make the deal so sweet. They're gonna ride with you till you buy them out. So it's called a shotgun clause or a buyout clause.
Okay.
In your USA, it's called a unanimous shareholders agreement. When you do a JV, I had a student, because I help people do this all across the states. I've got a student in Nevada. She's got 2 lots by the new university. She's 70 years old.
Yeah.
She's crushing it. But I have this one student. He was asking, why don't you ever use your own money, right? You keep more profit. Well, the thing is, I'd rather have 8 deals on the go and I have 40% ownership than 2 or 3, and it's all 100% ownership, you know? So anyways, how we structure is, if it's your first deal, when you refi, pay them out, they're going to ride with you until, again, you either buy them out at a fair market value of their 60% share. So if it's 2.5, if I want to buy them out, I got to buy them out based on the equity that's left there. And then that's how you can keep the building. So that's how you structure it when you're first getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, right? With you do your first deal with your investor, let's say it's time for you to pay your investor back. Will you tell them, hey, this is the money you're about to get back, or do you want to do another deal with me? Is that ever an option as well?
And guess what? They come back and they say, Ryan, where's the next one?
Yeah.
Because when you get a big amount of money, okay, when you get your first 300K or 400, you got tons of options with that. You can put it into stock, you know, they love stocks. You could put it into crypto. You could, put it in your business, right? The thing about real estate is it spits it back out. It's like a Jonah the whale, you know? You know the story of the Jonah the whale?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so he spits it back out, but you keep the building, you keep the whale.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's kind of like infinite return.
Infinite cycle. Now, why do you advise for someone to raise private money versus just using a traditional lender? Wouldn't that be how most people want to do things? Just use a lender to do home building.
Yeah. So the lender would facilitate the construction loan.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, for the down payment specifically. Okay, that makes sense.
You see what
That
I'm
makes
saying?
more sense.
You know what I'm
Now, what if someone has an issue with just finding investors? Let's say they have a really good deal.
Okay.
It came across to them from a realtor, then they can't find an investor to trust them with this money, and they have no money for the down payment.
You know, one of the biggest lies in real estate is find the deal and the money will come. You heard that before?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time, right? Here's the problem: is we were talking about trust recession earlier. There really is, because who cares if you got a good deal? You know, if they don't trust you, they're not gonna partner with you.
Yeah.
Right. Now the problem is you need money around 200K to do this deal that you'll make on average. By the way, you should make around 20 to 25% margins, even more, 30.
Yeah.
If you dial it down. So if you're doing a $2 million build, you should make at least 400 to half a mil profit. Okay, profit.
Yeah.
So now the question is like this chicken and egg. You're like, I want to make this half a milli, but I ain't got 200K to like hop in this half a milli.
Yeah.
How am I gonna do it? So now if you don't have investors, what you don't really have is the ability to the ability to manufacture trust. That's the biggest thing at speed,
Okay.
because you got to close on this deal. Now, how do you do that? You can go on coffee dates with your investor for 6 months,
Yeah.
till they finally invest with you, right? Or you could leverage social media,
Yeah.
video, so that you could show your face, put yourself out there via video, so that way when you're sleeping, you're still pitching.
Yeah.
And so from that, investors are now coming to you. So that's what I would say. You got to leverage social media and your face and video, and you'll have an abundance coming into you.
Now, if someone just has their own money, let me just buy the deal right now. Just pay for it out of your own pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you have a program that you teach people how to build houses as well, correct?
I do, yeah.
Now, what made you want to start a program instead of just continue to build on your own and kind of just do things the way you already were?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, still building. With the students I'm getting off-market deals from these students.
Okay.
And because of the amount of investors that I have, I actually partner with some of my students as well. If the deal is good enough, I'll jump in. So this is a way for me to create my own community, understand every single market without needing to be there. I've got students boots on the ground for me in places where I didn't even think I was going to go.
Yeah.
But the thing about development is that it works anywhere. I had someone ask me on Instagram, he's like, hey, I live in, I don't know, I think somewhere in New York. Does development work here, right? I'm like, are there houses being built? He's like, yeah. I'm like, then it works, you know? And so I want to be able to partner with my students on all these deals, get off-market insight.
Yeah.
And that way it just feeds off of each other, right?
Now,
Yes.
what do you love most about real estate development currently? Like, what's your favorite part about it?
I love that you can actually finally be in real estate and have it be passive.
Okay. You think it's truly passive?
It's truly passive.
Explain.
It's truly passive because I'm here with you
Yeah.
and I'm not stressing about any of my developments. The reason why it's passive is because development gives you such a big margin that you can finally afford to pay a GC, a licensed GC, and a project manager if you choose to do so. So when you're doing a flip, a fix and flip, you're gonna project it, you're gonna make, say, 50K, 40, okay? They rip apart the wall, they rip apart the floor, oops, there goes another 15 because we gotta replace the sewer line, okay? So your 40K goes down to like 25 now, right? And so now you're stressing, and guess what? You're gonna cut corners on your labor. Hey, I'll do the flooring myself, you know? I got an uncle. He's we're talking about a lot about uncles on this pod.
Yeah.
He does electrical.
Yeah.
I'll hire him. So the problem stacks because now he's underpaid. Of course, he's gonna take on another job. I had a student hit before he was in this game.
Yeah.
He was doing a flip. Property manager stole from him, right? Because he was paying her like 3%.
Yeah.
Property managers usually want 8.
Yeah.
You're not paying her or him or them because the margins are so tiny. Same thing with wholesaling. You got to start over from zero. You do a deal, make a big win, start over from zero again. Development, it actually compounds. Why? Because you can build a portfolio of the projects you've done. You can have a website, and now investors are now attracting towards you. And remember, development can only go as far as how much you scale. You can now build 20 units, 30 units, right? Now that's institutional capital. So anyways, it's truly passive because there's so much margin. you can put the right people, pay them correctly, so they focus on your project, and you're still walking away with 6-7 figure profits.
Now, what if I pick the bad general contractor? Can I ruin my entire deal?
Well, guess what? So again, because there's so much margin, you can catch it before they mess the whole thing. If you have a deal, $2 million, profits usually $500,000. If they did let's say the plumbing line leaked, right? They pop the line, burst. That's $30K fix. Okay, it hurts, but you still got margin. Now, if you need to fire them, get someone in the middle of it, you still got that margin. So everything flows on. If you ain't got money in the business, you don't have a business. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
So that's why development is king, and I can travel while it's still.
So you think real estate development is better than wholesaling and better than flipping?
Real estate development is better than wholesaling, flipping, Section 8 combined.
Why do you think more people aren't doing this?
Because they think they need capital, they think they need experience, and they think they need to have done it before, or they need to inch their way into it, or they need to go to college for it.
Yeah.
That's
now,
the issue.
Now, on average, how long are these builds taking that you build? Like, what's the timelines looking like?
Yeah. So on average, it will take. It depends on your county or your city.
Yeah.
I know in Tennessee it's faster,
Okay.
a lot faster. Miami takes 8 months, 8 to 10. And if you're doing single family or multifamily, I do multifamily. For me, it takes 8 to 12 months for the permits, and then another 8 to build. Now, it sounds really long, obviously.
Yeah.
But the thing here is, a lot of people don't know is, right when you buy the land, you actually make money right from the purchase because you pay yourself an acquisition fee, right? Usually that stems between 1 to 3% of the purchase price. So if you bought a land for $1 million, you got 10 to 30K right there. Boom. So you made wholesale money,
Yeah.
but you own the land that you're going to develop on, and it's going to be worth a $4 million house. From the first acquisition fee, you're going to get paid through what's called draws, construction draws.
Yeah.
So every time you finish a milestone, you build yourself in the budget. So let's say you're building.
Yeah, break that down. I want.
Okay. So say it's a $2 million house.
Yeah.
Same figures. That is gonna be worth, right? The land is $500,000. Okay. Let's say your cost to build, all in, soft costs, hard costs, realtor fee, everything is $1 million. Okay. So $1 million, 500. Your profit is $500,000. Okay. Now, throughout the build, that 1 million, you can bump that up to 1.2 or 1.1. Now, how? In your construction budget you get from your builder, right, or your contractor, it's gonna itemize all the expenses for 1 mil. Plumbing, 330K, staircase, etc. for 1 mil. Before you submit to your lender, your hard money lender, for the construction, you can add a line item that says developer fee. That's for you. You see? Developer fee for a $2 million deal, usually they're okay with 100K, 100 to 150K.
Yeah.
So your net cost is 1 mil. You added 100K that says developer fee, 100K. Now it's 1.1 when you give to the bank. Now hold on, you could also add what's called contingency in the budget. You can also add interest reserve. So all in all, you could build it up to another 100K. So you got 1.2 you submit to your hard money lender. So to your hard money lender, they see 1.2 for the cost, $500,000 for land. So 1.7 they're looking at. Throughout the draws, you're getting that extra every draw, right? So throughout the year-long process, or 16 months to build, you're pulling this 200 out slowly, 20K, 30K. You get paid after every milestone, it's called.
Okay.
First, foundation, you're at 15% done. Boom, you get a check based on how much this was. How much do you think it is worth now we're at foundation? How much on a $2 million build?
Shit, like 400, because you got the base already done.
Around there, so it's like so it's around 250.
Okay,
on average, 250. Your cost was 250.
Yeah.
But guess how much they're gonna give you? They're gonna give you 300
Okay.
because you've got the developer fee that's partially done from this because you're the developer,
Yeah.
right? So if we scale this up, one of the biggest developers, Donald Trump, or Disney World, Disneyland. I was looking at one of their projects. They total cost was like 80 mil for one of their projects, and once it was done, it was worth 300. Right.
Okay.
So guess what? They were pulling money from that 300 as they were building. They got paid like a flipper or wholesaler, and now they have an asset that's worth 300 that they choose they could sell, or they could keep refinancing every term, every 5 years.
Beautiful. So essentially, the draw is every time, let's say the foundation, the framing, the roof, you could always go to the lender and say, "Hey, listen, pay me back for the work that I just completed."
Yeah.
Now, why don't these lenders just give you all the money up front?
Yeah, so they do what's called progression reports.
Okay.
So sometimes they send a third-party person to inspect, make sure it's actually done, and then they would wire you the money.
Okay.
Some lenders, they're super chill. They don't even care about sending someone. They're like, send me pictures. Oh, pictures look good. Here's the money. So every lender's different.
Yeah.
Some lenders, they do a holdback of 20%.
Okay.
So instead of giving you the 250 for the foundation, they'll only give you like 220.
Okay.
And you're short. But you still got the developer fee to float you. So every lender is different. So that's why you got to learn the game, you know?
Yeah. No, fire. So how do you find a good lender? You know, let's say you find
Yeah.
a good investor. Now, everyone's a lender. There's a lot of lenders out there. How
Yeah.
do you find a good lender?
So finding a good lender is very interesting because it's very relational based.
Okay.
So when you're in the car business, you're in e-commerce, the real unlock is that relationship. So if you're in e-commerce, you're selling supplements. The real unlock, yes, you've got an audience, you could sell it at mass, that's great. But the real unlock is when you actually build that relationship with your manufacturer and they give you exclusivity or better pricing, better ingredients, etc. Same thing with the lenders. That is actually one of the biggest key factors. Now, we don't have to overcomplicate it, but finding a good lender is just talking to as many lenders as you can, nailing down their terms. But again, everyone's usually the same. They want to see experience. That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
So that's why you partner with a GC, with a builder for your first time, or you don't need experience. However, they will want you to put down more, like 35%.
Okay. Now, in your program, do you
Yeah.
teach your students all these different things that they need to know in your program?
100%, yeah. From A to Z, yeah.
And explain everything that's in your program. What do you do? Everything.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. So I love my program because I'm able to talk to these people that want to get into development, and they used to be a realtor, they used to be a flipper. So how it works is we go on weekly calls with myself
Yeah.
and a development advisor that I train personally.
Okay.
So from there, we're able to break down the deals live with other students that's crushing it. Mainly, I love teaching raising capital because there's 3 ways that my students can get capital through my program. Number 1 is through business credit.
Yeah.
So I hook them up. If they have good credit score, we can get them up to 250K, 0% interest for up to 18 months.
Okay.
So if they have 250, they can do a $2 million build, right? 10% down. However, if they don't have good credit, we can hook them up, fix their credit. They'll take some time. Second point to help them with the capital is raising capital using social media with ads, which not a lot of people know how to do. So that way you have abundance of capital coming to you every single day, like clockwork. And third one is I actually partner with my students as well. So I bring in my own capital, partner with students. So that's how it works. And of course, there's video courses showing you from A to Z how to execute, going from beginner to doing your first project.
Very fire. Now,
Yes, sir.
for real estate development, for an absolute beginner, if someone knows nothing, you would recommend them jump straight in.
Jump straight in.
Now, what are the risks they can run into, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously you want to make money on these builds.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility people can lose money in real estate development?
Yeah, your biggest risk is not doing it.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say. Because in terms of losing your money in a deal, yeah, you could buy the wrong piece of land. Maybe it's in a flood zone. Maybe you gotta do site work that you haven't accounted for. There's a lot of things. So you gotta be careful when buying the land. It's really in the buy, because once you buy correctly, everything else you could mess up, but you'll be okay and still kind of make money. You could hire the wrong GC, you could hire the wrong electrician, you could screw up on the permits. It take you twice as long. But if you bought correctly, there's still that margin for you. So it'll just take longer. You'll take some hits. But if you buy correctly, just like real estate, right? If you buy multifamily, if that's your game, you gotta buy the multifamily low or at the right price. Same with development.
Now, why is multifamily the best type of real estate to develop?
Dude, because you have multiple exits, right?
Yeah.
If you're building single family luxury, okay. Now what? You got to make sure some rich person comes along and buys your product.
Yeah.
On average, it would sit 90 days or more. Multifamily, if you can't get it sold, you can just refinance, pull it out, and get some renters in. Now you're getting cash flow, and you can hire a property manager, and they would actually love to manage it for you because guess what? It's brand new. Property managers, it'd be smooth sailing. They would love to manage brand new property, right?
Yeah. So you would say, in general, most people overthink real estate development. Like it's a grand, like hard thing to do.
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing I would say is your network will not get you into development,
Okay.
but the ability to gain trust, especially if it's your first one,
Yeah.
that is what's going to get you into development.
Now, what type of I would say, you say you only take accredited investors, right?
Yeah.
Why specifically only accredited investors, not just like an uncle that has money just laying around? What type of legalities or issues can you run into doing that?
Yeah, 100%. So great question. So Reg D, Section 506C, okay, Regulation D, Section 506C states that you can raise money from the public as long as they're you use the accredited investor exemption, and if you frame it as a partner, if you really want to be safe. So don't say the word investor. Don't promise them an interest percent return. Don't say I'll give you 12%, because now you're in the securities game. But if you're getting a partner solely as the cash partner and you're the sweat equity partner, then you're good. And then if you use Reg D 506C to raise capital using ads from accredited investors, you're on side.
So don't overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah.
You rather underpromise and overdeliver.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Wow. And how many investors do you have currently in your network right now?
In my network, I got thousands.
So if you were to make one phone call, how many millions can you have in your hands tomorrow?
So each person, on average, if they get too big, if they got 2-3 mil sitting, they most likely would want to just do the deal themselves, or you need to have a lot of trust with them. So on average, or with my accredited investors, they have around 200,000 to 300,000 cash ready to go. Because if you think about it like this, if someone has 300K cash, they need to have at least 2 mil, 1.5 mil in the bank for them to just let that go. Sometimes they have half a mil and they'll let 200 go. That's a little sticky. Yeah. But on average, if they're ready to fire, good to go, is around the $200,000 to $300,000 range is per call that you should be raising. So don't raise 50K, don't be raising 10K.
Yeah. So how much can you think you could raise? Let's say in 2 days, or let's say in 24 hours, how much do you think you can raise?
Probably comfortably half a mil.
Oh,
Easily, yeah.
Wow.
I call them right now.
Yeah. Now, where do you plan on building next? What's your plans for the future? Because I know you're building in Canada, but where do you plan on building next?
Yeah, dude. So my plan is to build multifamily in the States.
Okay.
I like Florida. I like Texas.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
That's why I'm here. I'm looking at the properties around here.
Yeah.
I'd love to build 4plexes, 8plexes, up to 15 around there.
Yeah.
I'm also looking into luxury homes, honestly.
Yeah.
It is good margin. If you got a good deal, you could be in and out within less than 18 months, I'd say.
Yeah.
And make 20% margins. So, yeah.
And what did you learn how to real estate develop? Did you have like a mentor that taught you? Or I know you like got into it from wholesaling, or where did you really see the vision through?
So this is kind of how I transitioned. 4 years ago, I did my first wholesale deal. So I learned wholesaling from YouTube. I locked up this piece of land. It was a 50 frontage by 150 long. It was backing the river, beautiful. Off-market deal. I was driving around, me and my friends, and we would call any for sale by owner signs. Okay. So we saw this piece of land. They had a sign that said for sale by owner. Called it. Negotiated the land at 430,000. Okay.
Yeah.
I had no money. No money, no earnest money, no connections, nothing. It was just all YouTube hype in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Okay. And 430. No idea if it was a good deal or not.
Yeah.
I just learned from YouTube. From there, I needed 5K to lock down the deal for earnest money. I had to borrow from a friend. His name's Jackie. Shout out Jackie. He made I paid him back 7K. So 2K, what is that? 30%? I don't know. Whatever that is.
30 or 40%. Really good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good enough.
In 4 weeks, yeah. So good for him. Now, locked up the deal. Okay. So get this. It was a piece of land next to $1 million homes. Okay. Now, I was like, great, I got a deal, I think.
Yeah.
Now what? I go on Google and I call 3 builders. Just 3. First one didn't pick up. Next one, he's like, I'm interested. Third one, he's like, I'll go there right now. What's the address? I'll go. It was off-market deal. Give him the address. Called me. He said, let's do the deal. I'm like, okay, how much? I don't know. He said 480. Okay, 480. He'll buy it. I locked it down for 430. 50K profit. Now, sounds like I'm promoting wholesaling right now because it's great. I just made 50K, and it took 4 weeks to close. Made 50K in one project. I had partners. We split it. But the moment sparked was when I knew I had to keep finding deals like that over and over. I found out how much he was making. Guess how much he made off that deal?
How much?
350.
Wow.
Okay. Off of one deal. 6 figures. Doctor's salary, I think. Doctors make that. So when I knew that, that's why I'm like, I need to be him.
Yeah.
I need to be the guy paying the other guy 50K.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened.
Now, would you say to someone that they say, you know what, Ryan, I like real estate development, sounds good, but this takes too long. I don't want to wait 2 years to make some money.
So when you buy the deal, you make money. Right when you buy it, you already make money. You make money like a flipper or like a wholesaler.
Because of the fee that you get, right?
Because of the acquisition fee
Okay.
that you charge from your investor, because it took time, effort, phone calls, meetings, gas money to lock up the deal. On average, acquisition fee, it's called an acquisition fee, is between 1 to 3% they'll pay you. So if you buy a piece of land for $1 million, that's like 10K, 10 to 30K that you make from
So you make that right away, and then the rest of the money, you wait your 18 months.
Well, you get it from the draws, right?
Okay.
Right? So when you close on the deal, it's 30 days. Boom, you get your acquisition fee.
So acquisition fee, then you get the fees from
The
your
first
draws?
draw, first draw is foundation.
Okay.
Boom. So you get like 20, 30K from that, from the developer fee,
Okay.
line item in the budget. Next is framing. Once framing is done, it's called lockup stage. You're locked up because the door and windows all locked up. It's a box now. In this case, it's concrete, so glass door, concrete's done. From framing, you go MEPs, mechanical engineering, plumbing.
Yeah.
Okay, once that's done, you're like 55% complete.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then at the end, obviously, when the house sells, you make your last little bit of profit.
You got it. Yeah.
So
You got it.
essentially, when you're adding your developer fee in the construction budget, you're able to get paid the development of the house instead of just waiting till at the ending of the project to be done to get paid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. And is that like do a lot of people know about that? Like, I guess that
A lot of people don't know this secret I'm about to tell you right now is the developer fee in the line item when you submit to the bank or the lenders know about this. They know this is standard practice.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes if they don't see it, they'll question you. They'll say, why don't you have a developer fee? Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine. So the reason why a lot of people don't know this is because, number one, there's not a lot of content of development on social media.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple guys, but they don't really get into the nitty-gritty of the financing. They talk about how to build it, the rebars, cool. No one really cares about that. At the end of the day, the workers, the laborers, the experts, they do that. What we care about as capital allocators. See, here's the thing with development is we're not builders.
Okay.
We don't think like a builder. A lot of people think like a builder. They pull up to the site. They got their hard hat. They got their steel toe. Great. Developers are actually capital allocators. We allocate capital where it needs to go. Money needs a home to stay. And that's why one of the biggest lies is, I have no capital. Dude, we're printing trillions. Trillions out of thin air. What you don't have is the ability to gain that trust from this money. Money wants trust. And so to answer your question, development is a capital allocation game.
Okay.
And so you spot the deal, you know how to underwrite it, you know how much money you got to put in, how much money is going to come out, execute, put the right people in the right seats, boom, let it do its thing, then do it again.
Okay. And then what advice you want to give to someone? Let's say they like what they hear, they want to get into real estate development today. What advice you want to give them?
Dude, I'd say if you're still, if you're an electrical contractor, you're already 90% ahead of the game. Get into it. If you're a realtor for doing this for the past 20 years, you're ahead of the game. If you're a wholesaler, transition, dude. Like stop doing the crumbs. So what I'd say is jump into it. So I was talking to someone. All he knew was flipping houses. Okay, flipping houses. He'd make 20, 30K. So he knew exactly how to flip a house. Now, when I told him, hey, you want to get into development? What's stopping you? Oh, I don't know how to do it. Okay, dude, I get it. But if you went homeless right now, okay? Sorry, he was wholesaling. I said, if you went homeless right now, you got 30 days to find a wholesale deal, make your money, or you go homeless. Can you do it? He's like, yeah, I can find a deal and wholesale it. Okay, why? Because you learned that skill. So when you develop, that's the same thing that's going to happen. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And so once you develop, you're not going to want to go back to wholesaling ever again. Once you got the skill, you can do it. So that's my suggestion. Just do it. Drive around, look for lots, build up your development brand.
Okay.
And capital's going to come to you.
And how could people reach out to you if they want to truly take the next step?
Yeah, so you can hit me up on Instagram,
Okay.
official Ryan Herrera.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.